Okay, super excited this morning. I'm gonna get some pots going with some microbes. I'm gonna get my composter opened up here. I'm gonna get some compost out and I'm gonna build a garden. So here we go. We're gonna open up this composter. We're gonna see what we can find. This compost isn't completely done yet, but it's composted far enough that it'll be clear full of microbes. I'm not gonna put a lot of it in each pot, just a little bit to increase the microbe count in the pots so that we can have a super healthy soil. Let's open this up and see what we can figure out. Alright, that's beautiful. I think this is going to work out great. Okay, I've got these two pots here. It's too heavy for me to lift. So I put down a piece of plywood so that I can just dump them out on this plywood and I will be able to retrieve the soil easy that way. So I'm just gonna do it the best I can. Good, I didn't lose much soil on the ground. That's great. Okay, I'm feeling pretty happy about that. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. I'm just gonna pick up my soil. I'm gonna put it back in. Most of this soil is just it's about half sand and then half garden soil from a garden I was gardening. And I want to add more organic matter to it. So I'm gonna grab a bag of potting soil that that'll increase my organic matter level quite a bit. This is just a potting soil. It's one of the cheapest potting soils there is. Let's call this potting soil a consumer product with no guarantee of results. You can buy more expensive potting soil that's commercial grade. It does have a guarantee of results. I don't really want a guarantee. I just want organic matter, so I went with the cheaper soil. The reason I want organic matter is to feed microbes in the soil. And there should be a lot of microbes in the soil because there's microbes everywhere. But what I know for sure is that there's a lot of microbes in my compost. We just got out of the composter. Okay, so that's mixed up pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to add some of my compost here. Compost. And it's the microbes that we're looking for. We want those microbes that comes in the compost to be in our soil. So I'm just going to stir this, incorporate it in there. Stir that around good. No, I didn't put very much in. You don't want too much in there, because it can hurt the plants as they're growing if you get too much. Too much of a good thing is a real thing. So that pot's done. There we go. I'm just gonna move it into place now, right over here. Now if you just, if you filled this pot up with a light potting soil from a garden center, it wouldn't be so hard to move. But I used native soil, and so they're really hard to move. So that's something to think about when you make your gardens. If you're going to be moving your pots a lot, you may want a lighter soil than what I've put together. But I had sand and I had garden soil, so that's what I used. Some people get a gym membership, I just garden. Keeps me strong. It's not quite as full as I'd like it, so I'm going to add some soil to it. And then we're going to add some compost. I'm going to get the question, how much compost? I don't know. It's an art, not a science. There's soil scientists out there that watching this that they're pulling their hair out right now because I said that. If I knew how many microbes were in there, and I knew how much I needed, and I knew how big this pot was, and I knew what plants I was growing, and I knew how much nitrogen release I needed, I could make a gigantic mathematical formula that would scare Einstein. But I don't want to do that. I just want to have a garden that grows. So I'm doing it like an artist instead of a scientist. We're just growing a nice garden. So just add some. I added a quart to this pot. This pot used to be a 55-gallon barrel. I cut it in half and got 2 pots. Okay, that's good enough. I'm done with that one. I'm going to move it in place over here.
I have a little trick I'll show you. With this dolly, I drilled a hole right here so I can stick that bungee cord in. And then I can pull the bungee cord around, put it on here. And then when I go to tip it, the bungee cord breaks and hits me in the head. That was a joke. I hope that doesn't happen.
Okay, this was Mr. Big P. This is not the same pot that I had in other videos on Mr. Big P. I'm just going to gently take him out because I ate all the peas off of this one. Super good, super yummy. And this could go down in the bottom of the pot to be composted, or it could go in the top of my composter. I want to keep my composter going really good, and so I'm choosing to put this in the compost. But I could dig down and put this in the bottom of the pot and it would compost right there.
Help feed the plants. Those are options you have. Alright, I'm going to get the plants out of this one. Most of the plants in here are weeds that have been growing. I had some herbs growing in here. And there's still a few garlic chives growing in here. And I'm just going to leave them and let them grow. There's these ones right here. Okay, most of the live weeds are out. So that's good. The pot's not quite as full as I'd like it. So I'm going to add some compost there. And there. I said compost, but it's the potting soil that I added. So there's that. Just going to work this around the bases of those garlic chives a little bit. Okay, there we go. We're done with that. I'm just going to dig down into the soil that was already in that pot. And I'm going to mix up and incorporate this potting soil into the soil that was already there. Just give it a little mix. I didn't need to chill it super deep because the soil in these pots was already loose. I felt that earlier. Already knew that. Just dig it down a little bit. I'm not going to hurt the root zone around these garlic chives. I'm going to try to be nice to those. Just going to avoid those places. Okay, there's that. That's good.
Now the compost. Here we go. Adding like a quart of compost to each one. Incorporate that compost down inside here. Get it in the root zone. incorporate that in. I'm only going in 2 or 3 inches. I'm not going super deep. I don't think I need to. Okay, that one's done. That's 3 pots done. Okay, that's mixed up. That one's done. Now our last one. Here again, I'm adding the compost for microbes. I'm not adding it for a big amount of organic matter. There's already a lot of organic matter in this soil. I was simply adding it for the microbe. A little pebble. I don't mind rocks, but I got rid of him. Okay, there we go. It's awesome. So there's 5 pots that are ready to plant now. I'll come back and plant those in a little while.